A storm splits the sky, not with rain or thunder but with fire and lightning. From the heart of this cosmic crack, two shadows fall toward Earth. Both wear the same symbol. Both radiate unstoppable power, but only one can decide the fate of the multiverse. This is not just a fight between heroes. This is Superman against Superman. The city is silent before the storm. Skyscrapers stand tall, but their glass shakes with every pulse of energy above. The sky glows red and violet as the fabric of reality bends, twisting like broken glass in water. A tear rips across the heavens, wide and endless, spilling light no one has ever seen before. The clouds swirl around it like they are being sucked into another world. Lightning cuts across the rift, each strike loud enough to shatter windows and send birds fleeing in chaos. Then dash impact. A crater forms in the heart of the ruined city square, shaking the earth for miles. Dust rises, covering the air like smoke after a battle. Out of the crater, a figure rises slowly, cape torn and chestplate shining through the dust. His eyes glow faintly with a blue fire. This is Superman from the Prime Universe. His face is calm, but his voice carries the weight of someone who has seen worlds die. He lifts his head toward the rift, as if sensing what is coming next. Another impact follows, harder, heavier. The second crater swallows what is left of a street, throwing cars into the air like toys. From it, another figure climbs out. His cape is darker, edged with ash. His symbol, the same S, is cracked, almost like a scar carved into steel. His eyes burn red, a flame of anger instead of hope. This is Superman from the Dark Universe, a world where he had to conquer to survive. His steps are sharp, his posture bent slightly forward. Like a predator closing in on prey. The air between them becomes heavy. The two Supermen stare at each other, both knowing this moment is not an accident. The rift above flickers like a dying star, pulling at their bodies with waves of cosmic force. Each knows the truth only one of them can hold the balance of the multiverse. The Prime Superman's cape sways in the heated wind. His voice is calm but firm. You don't belong here. The rift has brought us together, but this world isn't yours. Leave before more people get hurt. The Dark Superman tilts his head slightly, a smirk curling across his face. His voice is rough, heavy, and filled with certainty. I didn't come here to leave. I came here because your world is weak. You protect it too much. You hold it back. If this multiverse is breaking, then only the strongest Superman should rule what's left. The sound of crumbling stone echoes as both step closer. The Prime Superman narrows his eyes, his hands curling into fists, but he still tries one last time to stop what feels inevitable. Strength isn't control. Strength is sacrifice. If you believe ruling makes you stronger, then you've already lost. The Dark Superman laughs, but there is no joy in it, only bitterness. Sacrifice made my world burn. Control kept me alive. And today, control will end you. The energy around them spikes, blowing apart nearby cars, shattering the remains of glass towers. The rift above screams louder, as if feeding on their growing rage. Each Superman locks eyes with the other, their capes snapping in the violent wind. For one silent second, the world holds its breath, and then, without another word, one foot shifts forward. The ground cracks under the weight. A rush of air bursts between them. Stronger than any storm. The first blow is about to land. The world stands frozen, caught between two versions of the same man. Broken glass hangs in the air like glittering dust, and the howl of the rift above vibrates through every bone of the ruined city. The silence is sharp like the calm before a hurricane tears everything apart. Two Supermen, reflections of each other, stand face to face, neither flinching, neither stepping back. The streets around them are empty now, cleared by fear, but the ghosts of the city seem to watch. The Prime Superman straightens, his broad shoulders rising with the weight of restraint. His voice is steady, calm, carrying a tone that has comforted worlds. I don't want this fight. You're me in some way, and I know what you've been through, but destruction won't heal you. It won't save anyone, the Dark Superman sneers, eyes burning red like molten metal. His cape drags across the broken ground, heavy with dust and ash. Save? You think I care about saving anyone? I've seen what mercy does. I gave my people hope, once. And hope let them die screaming, his words cut like a blade, each syllable soaked in anger. He steps closer, the ground beneath him cracking with every stride. He towers forward, his voice rising. My earth collapsed because I tried to be like you, weak, compassionate, tied down by rules. But now rules are chains. Hope is poison. Strength is the only truth. And here, in this fragile world, I'll show them what strength really is. The Prime Superman doesn't move back. He doesn't even raise a hand. His face hardens, his jaw clenches, but his voice is still calm, still trying. Strength without compassion isn't strength. It's tyranny. And tyranny has no place here. For the first time, silence stretches again. The wind whips harder, pulling debris into the sky. A crushed taxi lifts off the street and slams against the ruins of a skyscraper. The rift above flickers brighter. As if feeding on the tension below, the dark Superman tilts his head, smiling now, but it is a cold smile, cruel. You don't understand, do you? We're not different. We are the same man. But when the world broke, I didn't hide behind speeches. I chose survival. I chose to become the storm. And now you will either bow, his eyes ignite, red beams flickering like fire beginning to burn, or break. The Prime Superman finally takes a step forward. His boots grind against the cracked pavement. His eyes burn too now, blue-white heat sparking at the edges. His chest rises as if the weight of the entire world presses against it. His voice, low and heavy, carries the promise of defiance. Then show me! The air collapses between them, pressure exploding outward like a shockwave. Windows that still stood shatter into dust, concrete groans as if the city itself fears what is about to come. The storm of their energy makes the ground tremble, and somewhere far away, sirens cry. For one final heartbeat, they do not move. Their capes thrash in the wind, their fists curl, their eyes blaze brighter than any fire. Two gods, trapped in a single moment, standing at the edge of war. And then, the dark Superman strikes first, his fist cutting through the air faster than sound. The Prime Superman raises his arm to block, and the collision cracks the earth like an earthquake. The impact sends a wave of dust and rubble across the streets, shoving entire buildings off balance. They separate only to rush again. Another punch, another block. Sparks fly where skin meets steel like skin. The ground tears apart beneath them. Each strike is faster, sharper, louder. It is not yet the full fight, but it is the storm breaking loose. The first flashes of lightning before the hurricane. And even through the thunder of fists. The clash of power, one truth is clear. This is not just about survival. This is about belief. Two Supermen, one fighting for hope, one fighting for control. The world has become their arena. The rift above screams louder. As if the multiverse itself knows this fight is only beginning. Asterisk, the first punch cracks the air like thunder, and the city wakes in chaos. The ground splits under their feet, sending concrete slabs flying upward as if the earth itself is tearing apart. Dust and flames swirl around them, framing two titans locked in a storm of violence. Superman against Superman. The clash is no longer words, it is raw, brutal force. The dark Superman lunges first, moving faster than sight. His fist slams into the Prime Superman's chest, launching him through 3 buildings in a streak of broken glass and twisted steel. The sound of crumbling towers echoes for blocks, a thunderous reminder that this is not a fight humanity was meant to see. Before the dust even settles, the Prime Superman bursts out of the rubble, fists clenched, eyes blazing. He rockets forward, ramming the dark Superman into the pavement so hard the earth caves. In like water under a meteor, shockwaves rip across the streets. Cars flip, storefronts collapse, and windows miles away explode. The very air vibrates with the violence of their blows. Every hit is like a bomb, every counter like an earthquake. The dark Superman grins through the impact, unfazed. He grabs his double by the throat, heat vision glowing, and drags him through the wreckage, melting steel as they pass. The red beams finally fire, burning across the skyline, but the Prime Superman tilts his head just in time, the blast carving a glowing trench through skyscrapers instead. Civilians who dared to peek from hiding scream as the skyline itself turns into a burning scar. Prime Superman answers with his own heat vision blue. Fierce, cutting. The two beams collide mid-air, clashing in a blinding explosion of color. Red and blue swirl into a storm, energy bending the sky, peeling layers of the atmosphere with each second. The collision roars like a dying star. Debris floats in mid-air, caught in the pull of their power. The world seems to hold its breath before the blast detonates, throwing both combatants in opposite directions. The Dark Superman recovers first, soaring above the shattered skyline like a hawk. His speed breaks the sound barrier as he dives down, fists slamming into the Prime Superman's ribs again and again like a relentless drumbeat. Each strike dents the pavement deeper, each blow carving trenches through the city. The Prime Superman blocks, counters, swings back. His knuckles split across his double's jaw. The sound like steel hitting steel. Blood sprays, but it evaporates in the heat before it can touch the ground. They rise into the sky now. Higher, faster, spinning like comets locked in orbit. Clouds shred apart as they ascend, lightning sparking from the clash of their bodies. The fight turns into streaks of red and blue darting through the heavens. Every collision blooms with fire, painting the night like a storm of stars. The Prime Superman grabs his counterpart and hurls him upward past the clouds, into the void above. The Dark Superman twists, stopping himself just before breaking free of the atmosphere. He rockets back down, breaking through the clouds like a falling meteor, fists aimed to crush. The Prime Superman braces, catching him mid-descent, and the impact lights up the world below. Entire districts lose power as grids collapse from the force, but this is not enough to stop either. The fight pushes beyond the city into mountains, into rivers. Prime Superman freezes an entire rushing river with his breath, shards of ice exploding outward, then whips them like spears toward his opponent. The Dark Superman smashes through them, laughing, his fists turning shards into dust. He slams his shoulder into his double, dragging him through a mountain peak, splitting it like paper. The ground quakes as they crash back down, valleys splitting, forests burning in the shockwaves. Animals scatter, rivers boil. The earth groans under the weight of gods waging war. The two Supermen pause only for breaths, faces marked by blood and fury. Their eyes burn brighter, their bodies scarred by the destruction they've made. Yet neither shows weakness. Neither steps back. The Dark Superman spits into the dirt, his grin sharp as a blade. You're holding back. You're still playing hero. That's why you'll lose. The Prime Superman wipes dust from his face, fists rising again, voice deep, steady. I'm not holding back. I'm holding on. That's the difference. And with that, they charge again, faster, harder, more furious than before. The world cracks beneath them. The sky rips above them. The multiverse trembles with every strike, as if reality itself might shatter under their war. This is no longer a fight. This is a storm without end. Asterisk. The earth is a scar. Mountains split, rivers boil, cities reduced to smoke and flame. Above the ruins, the rift has grown wider, screaming across the sky like a wound that will not heal. Its pull drags steel, stone, even clouds into its endless glow. The fight between the two Supermen has gone beyond fists and fire. It has become a war that is. Breaking the very bones of reality, they crash back to the city, both slamming into the center of what was once a grand plaza. Statues are dust, streets are trenches, and the skyline burns. They stagger to their feet, bodies battered but unbroken. Their breaths come heavy, their capes torn to threads. The air between them flickers with sparks, as if even oxygen is too afraid to exist in their presence. The Dark Superman wipes blood from his jaw. He is smiling, but it is a tired smile, painted with cruelty. His voice is sharp, but it trembles with exhaustion. You see it, don't you? This rift it's calling us. It doesn't want peace. It doesn't want hope. It wants a ruler. Only one of us can walk away from this. The Prime Superman straightens, his eyes glowing faintly, softer now, but still burning with determination. His voice cuts through the chaos, calm but unyielding. No, this rift doesn't choose. We do. It's not about who rules. It's about who stands for more than himself. The dark Superman laughs, shaking his head. His fists ignite with red light and his voice deepens, echoing across the broken city. You still don't get it. The multiverse isn't saved by ideals. It's saved by power. And power is mine. The rift above convulses, pulling harder as if reacting to their rage. Buildings rip free from their foundations, sucked upward, spiraling like debris caught in a tornado of stars. The ground beneath them cracks apart, streets splitting into rivers of molten fire. The air bends, the horizon warps. The end of all worlds feels near. The two supermen lock eyes one final time. Their faces mirror each other, same strength, same fire, but two destinies twisted in opposite directions. They step forward, fists rising. The city groans. The rift screams. The multiverse itself seems to whisper its last breath, and then, impact, they collide in a blinding explosion of light and energy. The shockwave is so powerful it silences the world. No sound, no wind, no time, only light. For a heartbeat, everything is still. When the light fades, both supermen are gone. The plaza is empty, a crater glowing with the residue of their clash. Above, the rift pulses brighter, stronger, as if it has consumed their battle. It stretches wider, veins of light cracking across the sky, threatening to swallow Earth whole, but from deep within the glow, two silhouettes flicker. The fight is not over, not ended, only paused by something greater. The screen darkens. The sound of the rift roaring like an endless storm, words fade into view, glowing as if carved into the fabric of the multiverse itself. To be continued. The Multiverse War, the sound of a heartbeat echoes, a whisper of a cape snapping in the wind. Then silence, fade to black.